Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're outside on the patio in our little makeshift outdoor kitchen, and we're going to be making some jambalaya today, okay? Now, we're not going to be doing jambalaya the traditional way. Normally, you would saute all your meats and all of your Trinity and your vegetables, and you would pour some chicken stock into your jambalaya and then pour uncooked rice in there and let that uncooked rice absorb the liquids and stuff, absorbing all those flavors and things. But today we're going to be cooking jambalaya fried rice style. Okay, so we're going to saute all of our meats and our aromatics, our Trinity, and put our diced tomatoes and tomato paste and all that stuff in there. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to toss in our cooked rice at the end, just like we would do if we was making a stir fry or fried rice, okay? So these are all the ingredients that we have that we're going to be using in our recipe or in our cook today, okay? So I'll let you know what each one is as we put them into the pan, and I'll put a list of specific measurements down in the description block if you want to try this yourself. Today we're going to be cooking on the recteq Matador. If you guys know, the Matador is a big gas heated wok, and we're going to be trying that out today. Okay, so hey, hang around, don't go nowhere, and let's see if Bad Beast can make this fried rice style jambalaya work out. All right, let's head over to the Matador. All right, guys, so here we are. We're in front of our recteq Matador. Now, right now, I only have the outside ring on. I don't have the inside ring on. So we're going to see how that works out first. So the first thing that we're going to put in here is we're going to put in 4 slices of bacon. This is going to give us some grease down there to saute our vegetables, our Trinity and stuff. And it's going to give us a good starting point for our jambalaya. Okay, so we just want to brown this. It's all chopped up. We just want to brown this, get it somewhat crispy before we go to the next step. All right, now that our bacon is nice and crispy, we're gonna push it up to the sides up here so that it'll stop cooking, and hopefully just at least stay warm. So the next thing we wanna do is we wanna saute our andouille sausage. So we got 1 pound of andouille sausage here that's been sliced up. I'm gonna toss it in the bacon grease also. Gotta get all them little fellas, all right? And we wanna brown those probably for about 3 to 4 minutes. Had to check the fire there. All right, so our andouille sausage has started to get a little caramelization on them. So we're gonna go ahead and move them up to the side also. And if they start getting, if they don't want to stay up on the side, then I'll have to put them in a separate container, but they look like they'll be all right. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook our chicken. Now we have 1.5 pounds of chicken thighs here, okay, that's been cubed up, all right? So we're gonna toss that in. And we wanna hit that chicken with a little seasoning. So we're gonna hit it with some Creole seasoning, some Louisiana Creole seasoning, all right? We're gonna brown that. There we go. Woo! You smell that Creole seasoning about to make me sneeze. We're gonna spread this chicken out and we're gonna let it brown and we'll be on to our next step. All right, guys, so as you can see, our chicken is nice and brown. And so we're gonna get that up on the sides as well. Hopefully I'll be able to work this the way I want to. All right, so, all right. So now we got just a little bit too much grease in here for what I wanna do next. So I'm gonna get some paper towel and I'm just gonna get some of that out right quick. Hey, don't do this at home unless you got a glove on or a set of tongs, okay? But I don't have any right now, so I'm just gonna dab some of this out of here like so. There you go. So that left about a tablespoon worth of bacon grease in there. All right. So the next thing that I want to toss in there is my Trinity. All right. Of course, this is bell pepper, celery, and onion chopped up. All right. So toss that in there. We're gonna get that going until it's soft and kind of translucent and starting to take on some of the flavors of the sauteed meat that's down here inside of the wok. Okay. So we'll spread these out some and let these saute. This is one bell pepper, about 3-4 stalks of celery, and one medium onion chopped up. Okay, all chopped up. Some of these pieces are pretty big. Should have chopped them up a little bit finer, but we're gonna go ahead and let those bad boys saute for a while. Okay. So our vegetables are almost sauteed through, and there was one thing I did forget. I forgot one of my meats. Duh. Can you can you believe that? So what we have here is I have 8 ounces of Kentucky Legend chopped ham. Okay, so we're gonna try to get this fitted in there. So we're gonna pull our vegetables up to the side since they're almost done, and we're just gonna hit some heat on our Kentucky Legend just so it won't be so raw. And we're gonna let this brown for a little while, enough to give it some caramelization and some flavor. It shouldn't take that long, and then we can press on with the rest of our cook. So you see we got ham, we got andouille sausage, we got chicken thighs, and we got bacon. Okay, so we working this fried rice style jambalaya today. All right, so it only took 2 or 3 minutes to get some color on our ham, which is just what we want. Okay, so I'll push this up here near to the bacon. All right, let's get our aromatics back down here. Now, we do have some garlic. We didn't want to cook the garlic as long as we cooked everything else, but we got a teaspoon of garlic, chopped garlic, so we'll toss that in there. And we only want this in here for a few minutes because when garlic burns, garlic has a bitter taste. All right, so we're gonna mix this in here like so, and just let it heat through. Man, it smells good. All right, so the next thing we're gonna put in is we got some tomato paste. I can't remember exactly how much this is. It's like half a can. Okay, so we'll toss in our tomato paste and get that mixed up in there. And with our tomato paste, we got 14 ounces of chopped and diced tomatoes. We'll toss that in there. That's gonna add some liquid to it. All right. And then we have about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, whatever, Worcestershire sauce. So we're gonna toss that in there too. All right. And we're gonna start bringing it all together, okay? So we start pushing all of our meat down into the mixture. And we got one more ingredient that's gonna bring this all together. I know it's a meat heavy dish, but hey, this is Bad Beast Barbecue, right? All right, so we got everything well incorporated. So the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna turn the fire down just a little bit. All right, and we're gonna put in our liquid. Now, normally you would put in something like chicken broth or whatever, but we're not going that route. We're gonna put a little Blue Moon beer in here, so that's gonna be our liquid to kind of deglaze the pan and give it some simmering liquid, okay? All right, so I'm gonna get that all incorporated. Oh, sorry, hey, this is about half a bottle in there. Hey, a little bit for the pitmaster. All right, let's get this mixed up well. Looking good, looking good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes or so. Let all the flavors come together. Then we're going to toss in our last ingredient, which is our rice, which will absorb a lot of this, okay? Too bad I'm the only one at the house that's going to eat this, because the wife would have loved this. We didn't put any shrimp in here, and I think next time I'll make a totally seafood jambalaya with some orzo instead of rice, because the wife doesn't eat rice, okay? So, all right, we're going to let this simmer for a while. I got it on kind of a medium heat. We're going to put the lid on here for a minute, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so this has been simmering for about 5 minutes, and I don't want all the liquid to simmer out of it, okay, because I want the rice to be able to catch some of it, okay? But here's what it looks like here. Looks good. One thing that you didn't see that we did on camera is that we added about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, because with all the tomato sauce and diced tomatoes in here, the tomato paste and stuff, it's a little acidy. So you want to put a little bit of sugar. It could be regular sugar, brown sugar, just kind of cut through the acidity. All right, so we're good here. So let me put my lid down. All right, and put in our final ingredient. Now what I have here is about three to 4 cups of cooked rice. Okay, we made this in our Instapot. All right, and what we're gonna do is, and you have to gauge how much rice you should put in there based on how much jambalaya you have here. So we're gonna sprinkle this in here like so. Had to make sure the other camera was on. All right, and then we're gonna just start mixing this together. And the reason I say this is fried rice style, because normally in jambalaya, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you put uncooked rice in about 4 cups of broth, right? And that way the rice absorbs all the flavors. But this way, kind of a little quicker, and we're doing it kind of, like I said, fried rice style. And I got some of these lumps in here of rice. And I think that's the perfect amount of rice with the amount of jambalaya that we had. All right, so we're gonna put that in here. We're gonna let the rice warm through, and then we'll be ready for a taste test. So hey, hang around, we'll be done in a minute. All right, guys, so our rice has been warming with the rest of our jambalaya mixture now for about 10 to 15 minutes. I was stirring it periodically, scraping the bottom to make sure we get the rice off the bottom that's starting to stick to the bottom of our pan, but that's a good thing because it almost kind of like paella where you want that little crusty rice. So we scraped that and we kept turning it and we kept stirring our rice jambalaya mixture. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what we got. We're gonna turn the fire off because we are done cooking. All right, and voila, there it is, our fried rice style jambalaya. All right, look at that. Man, that looks fantastic. Only thing you have to do now is serve it up and season it the way you want, okay? We put a little bit more Creole seasoning in it during the mixture process, and we hit it with a little black pepper. And don't forget I mentioned that we put a little brown sugar in it to kind of cut through the acidity of the tomatoes and the tomato paste, okay? So I already had a sneak peek taste, and I tell you, it tastes fantastic. So, but we're gonna go ahead and dish up a plate for you and have an official taste test. So hang on. You know, one good thing about this Matador, it comes with that big lid and stuff, so I turn the fire down, it'll hold some heat, and it will, you can keep your food in here until you're ready to dish it up and put it in the fridge or for leftovers and stuff, okay? So let's go ahead and dish this up. All right, get us a couple of scoops. Make sure we got plenty of meat, but we can't miss meat because meat is everywhere. Look at there. Man, isn't that a beautiful plate? That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? All right, let's go ahead and have a taste test. Clean off our scoop. Put our lid on to keep the flies and the other busybodies away, and we're good to go. All right, let's head over to the bar. All right, guys, let's go ahead and taste it. It smells fantastic. Oh, this is good, man. The caramelization on the meat, on the ham, on the andouille sausage, the crispy bits of bacon in there, fantastic. It's not too acidic since we used a little brown sugar to cut through the acid of the tomato paste and the diced tomatoes, man. The Trinity in here, all the vegetables are soft and cooked through. Let's check out a piece of this chicken. The chicken is good. It has some flavor. I think the only thing I would have done differently is I would have seasoned the chicken more while it was browning so it had the same impact of flavor that the other meats have. But don't get me wrong, this is fantastic. Woo! Well, that's all we have time for today. I want to thank the guys out at recteq for sending us the new recteq Matador. I love this version better than the first version they had. The first version was just a regular burner. This one has the blue flame burner with an internal and inner and outer ring, so you can control your heat better in the pan. Okay, love the sturdiness of it and the heaviness of it. It's just a fantastic cooker, man. This is like the second time we've cooked on this type of thing. We're gonna be doing more cooks on this Matador here. It's fantastic. Too bad the wife won't be able to eat this one. I think the next time I make some jambalaya in here, it'll be some seafood jambalaya with some orzo or some type of pasta in it instead of rice, since she doesn't eat rice, okay? Well, thanks for joining us today. Like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Hey, as always, hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker. Damn, I'm gonna eat good tonight. Woo! See you guys in the next video. Damn.